living organisms, and so living organisations, have 7 characteristics that define them: movement, nutrition, reproduction, excretion, growth, respiration, and sensitivity. So all living things move towards or away from more of what they want, moving towards or away from stuff they don't like. And organisations are just the same. They need to move towards their corporate goals. They need a sense of momentum. Then they need to feed to get energy. So I wonder what your organisation is feeding upon. What's its nutrition that gives it inspiration and motivation and energy? All living organisms need to reproduce their excellence, and so also do organisations. They need to reproduce the very best that they stand for: their talent management, their skills, their abilities, their attitudes, their culture. Every single living organism needs to deal with excretion, the waste products of life itself, and so also do organisations need to recycle. They need to learn how to deal with physical waste, but also the emotional waste of lessons that have needed to be learned from failure and setbacks. Movement, nutrition, reproduction, excretion, growth. All living organisations need to grow. They need to go deeper with their clients. They need to stretch out and reach new markets. They need to reach higher with their goals and have a sense of expansion or growth. But also, if you're a living organism, you need to respire. And I think living organisations need to respire as well. They need to give out and they need to take back, give and take, breathing in and breathing out. So ask yourself, what is my organisation giving out to the community in which I live and move and have my being? And finally, all living organisms are sensitive to their external environment and to their internal environment. So how sensitive are you to your own people, your own colleagues, your staff? And how sensitive are you to your customers and your competition and the community in which you live and move and have your being? Living organisations have all these aspects if they are to move beyond surviving to the point where they thrive into today's competitive environment. Here we have one of the many fountains at the wonderful Athelhampton House and Garden. The fountain is moving, a first characteristic of a living organism. It has a life to it, and in fact the ancients called moving water living water. But is it truly alive? Well, no, it doesn't have a purpose. And a living organism, or a living organisation, moves on purpose towards more of what it wants or away from what it doesn't want. So I ask you, what are you moving towards and what are you moving away from as an organisation? Because moving on purpose is a key part of being fully alive. And then there's nutrition. All living organisms need to feed upon something to give them energy to carry out the processes of life. So what feeds your inspiration, your imagination, your energy as an organisation? And are you getting enough? Choose very carefully what you feed on. Another key thing we need to do in life is to reproduce what is best in and of ourselves. and all living organisms seek to reproduce their seed. So what about your organisation? If your organisation is a living organisation, there will be talents, there will be attitudes, there will be a culture, there will be skills and abilities that you would like your organisation to perpetuate. If you truly have a living organisation, then you will reproduce excellence. And all organisms need to deal with excretion, the waste products of life itself. Organisations, if they're living organisations, have exactly the same challenges. What to do with waste? What to do with those things which just don't work in the organisation? Those lessons we need to learn. Those people we need to let go. Those products we need to recycle. And on this beautiful spring day, you can see the power of growth. The lily pond full of new life, new lilies. And all truly living organisations grow and expand, enter into new markets, go deeper. It's a wonderful tapestry of life expanding to the full. Respiration's an interesting one for me. All living organisms respire. They breathe in and they breathe out. They give and take. And a lot of organisations have been criticised in the past for just taking and not giving. Now we have the advent of corporate social responsibility and other ways to give back to the community in which we live and move and have our being. So if your organisation is truly alive, it will find ways to give and take and give, both and. But what about sensitivity? All living organisms are sensitive to their environment. They use their nervous systems to see, to hear, to smell, to taste, to feel, and take in those things around them that might be a threat or an opportunity. So also living organisations need to be sensitive to their internal environment, their staff, their colleagues, and to their external environment, their competitors, their customers, and the community in which they live and move and have their being. So how well plumbed in to your environment are you as an organisation? Are you really sensitive to what's going on around you and within your organisation? Only then can you truly be said to be alive. I hope you found this brief introduction to living organisations helpful. I've prepared a questionnaire for you for free. The links are at the bottom of this video. If you'd like to explore further, just click on the link, do the questionnaire, and see how much you're alive.